Allow yourself to relax as we drift through tonight's gentle tale. Violet and the Loving Guardian Angel. This story is about a girl named Violet and her guardian angel Petria, who helps her and deepens her connection with an ancient forest. In the heart of a vast, ancient forest, there lived a young girl named Violet. She had flowing auburn hair that danced like fire in the sunlight and eyes as deep and green as the forest itself. Her days were filled with the melodious songs of birds and the rustling whispers of leaves. Violet's favorite spot was a grand old oak tree that had stood for centuries in the middle of a sunlit glade. She called it the heart of the forest because under its branches, she felt truly alive. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in shades of pink and gold, Violet fell asleep under the heart of the forest. That night, she dreamed of a beautiful angel named Priya who had silver wings and eyes that sparkled like stars. Petria wore a gown woven from the finest moonbeams and had a voice as soothing as a lullaby. In the dream, Petria promised to protect Violet and guide her through the forest. When she awoke, Violet found a single silver feather beside her. She tucked it into her hair, feeling a warm glow of assurance. Days turned into weeks, and Violet's bond with the forest deepened. She learned to speak the language of the trees and understood the songs of the birds. Each day, she felt Petria's presence more and more. One day, while wandering deeper into the woods, Violet heard the distressed cries of a fawn trapped in a thicket. The brambles were sharp, and the fawn was trembling with fear. Violet knelt down, and with gentle hands began to free the fawn. Suddenly, she felt a soft breeze and knew Petra was near. With each thorn she removed, it seemed like the forest itself was helping her. When the last bramble was untangled, the fawn nuzzled Violet gratefully and bounded away. As the sun set, casting long shadows through the trees, Violet realized that she had found a new rhythm in her life. She understood that she was never truly alone. The forest and Petra were always with her. Under the heart of the forest, she lay down and looked up at the stars twinkling through the leaves, feeling a serene connection to the world around her. That night, Petria visited her once more in her dreams, whispering promises of love and protection. And so, every night, Violet would fall asleep knowing she was safe under the gentle watch of her loving guardian angel, Petria. Now, let's embrace another gentle story. Lily and the Forest Guardian. This story is about a curious girl named Lily, who ventures into a forest and meets its guardian, Peony, who teaches her to respect and cherish the wonders of nature. Once upon a time, in a village nestled at the edge of a great forest, there lived a young girl named Lily. Lily had always been enchanted by the forest, with its towering trees and the mysterious whispers of the wind weaving through the leaves. One evening, curiosity got the better of her, and she ventured into the forest as the sun dipped below the horizon. The forest at night was a symphony of sounds. Crickets chirped, owls hooted, and the wind played a haunting melody. As she wandered deeper, she stumbled upon a shimmering glade bathed in moonlight. In the center stood a beautiful creature with the grace of a deer and the majesty of an ancient tree. This was Peony, the forest guardian. Peony's eyes sparkled like stars, and her presence radiated a soothing light. "I have been watching you, Lily," Peony said in a voice that was both gentle and powerful. "You have a kind heart and an adventurous spirit." Lily felt a weight of awe wash over her. She had heard legends of the forest guardian, but never believed she would meet her. Peony extended a delicate branch-like hand and said, "Come, there is much to show you." Together, they walked through the forest, and Peony revealed its hidden wonders. They saw flowers that glowed with an inner light, streams that sang as they flowed, and ancient trees that whispered secrets of the past. Penny taught Lily to listen to the forest, to understand the language of nature. Lily learned that every creature, every plant, had a role in the grand tapestry of life. As dawn approached, Peony led Lily back to the edge of the forest. "Remember, Lily," she said, "the forest is alive and must be respected. Share what you have learned with your village." Lily promised to cherish the lessons she had learned. She returned home, with a heart full of gratitude and a new sense of wonder for the world around her. From that day forward, Lily told everyone about her night with the forest guardian. The villagers listened in awe, and together, they vowed to protect the forest that had always been their silent guardian. And every night, as she lay in bed, Lily would close her eyes and listen for the whispers of the wind, remembering her magical journey with P.E. The next story is ready to carry you further. Azalea and Anemone, The Power of Laughter. This story is about the magical bond between a human girl, Azalea, and a star child, Anemone, who discover the true essence of laughter. Once upon a time, in a land where the stars twinkled like a million fireflies, there lived a girl named Azalea. Azalea had eyes that sparkled with curiosity and hair that shone like a field of golden wheat. Every night, she would gaze at the night sky from her window, wondering about the mysterious star children who lit up the heavens. One fateful evening, while Azalea was laughing at the antics of a frolicking kitten, a star fell from the sky and landed gently in her garden. To her amazement, it transformed into a star child named Anemone, radiant with starlight, and a smile that could warm the coldest of hearts. Anemone had luminescent skin that glowed soft hues of blue and purple. "I am Anemone," he said with a voice like a summer breeze. Azalea was delighted and said, "Welcome to my home, dear Anemone. Why have you come to visit?" Anemone's eyes twinkled as she answered, "I have come to find the secret of laughter. We star children are curious about the joy you humans find in it." Azalea's laughter bubbled up before she responded, "With me and you will find that laughter's all around us." They spent days exploring meadows, climbing trees and playing with woodland creatures. Azalea showed Anemone the simple joys of life. A butterfly landing on a flower, the rustling of autumn leaves and the tickle of grass underfoot. This moment was filled with laughter, and Anemone's eyes grew brighter with each passing day. One afternoon as they rolled down a hill, Azalea asked, "Do you understand laughter now?" Anemone smiled. "Laughter is the music of the soul, isn't it?" Azalea nodded. "Yes, and it brings light even in the darkest times." Anemone's glow intensified, reflecting the wisdom and joy he had gained. "I must return to the stars tonight, but I will carry this laughter with me," he said. Azalea felt a twinge of sadness, but understood. "Thank you for sharing your time with me, Anemone. I will never forget you." With a final, shared laugh that echoed in the night, Anemone transformed back into a star and ascended to the sky, leaving a trail of sparkling light. Azalea watched until he became just another twinkle among millions, her heart full of warmth. Every night afterward, she would look up at the stars, feeling his laughter still with her, making the world a brighter place. Now, let's continue with a peaceful story. Vinta and Penny's Imaginary Adventure. This story is about Vinka and Penny embarking on a magical imaginary adventure that transforms their surroundings into a fantastical world of wonders. Vinka was a young girl who lived in a cozy little house at the edge of a vast forest. Every night, before bed, she would open her window and let in the sweet scent of the pine trees. One evening, as she looked out, she noticed a tiny, prickly creature waddling towards her window. It was Peony, the hedgehog, her most cherished friend. Peony had a knack for storytelling, and today he had an adventure in mind. Let's go on an imaginary trip tonight, Peony suggested excitedly. Vinka's eyes sparkled with joy. They held hands, and as Peony began to narrate, the room around them started to transform. The walls melted away, and they found themselves in a magical land. The sky was painted in shades of pink and gold, and giant flowers bigger than trees swayed in a gentle breeze. They walked on a path made of glittering stones, which tickled their feet with each step. Suddenly, they heard a melodious tune. Following the sound, they arrived at a clearing where a group of singing butterflies fluttered round. Each note they sang created ripples of colorful light in the air. Clapped her hands in delight. Fuma, with a twinkle in his eye, led her further. They discovered a lake made of liquid silver, reflecting the shimmering sky above. In the middle of the lake was an island with a tall, ancient tree. Let's go there, Vinka explained. They found a little boat waiting for them at the shore. As they paddled towards the island, fish jumped out of the water, creating sparkling arcs. Once they reached the island, they sat under the ancient tree, which whispered secrets of the land in a language only they could understand. Time seemed to stand still as they listened and dreamed. As the night grew deeper, the surroundings began to fade. Holding onto the magic a little longer, Vinka and Peony slowly returned to the cozy room. Vinka hugged Peony tightly. Thanks for the adventure, she whispered. Peony smiled back, his tiny nose twitching. Good night, Vinka. Dream sweet dreams until our next adventure. With that, Vinka climbed into bed, her heart aglow with the wonders of their imaginary journey. The stars outside twinkled a little brighter, as if nodding in agreement. And with a happy sigh, Vinka drifted into a peaceful sleep, ready to dream of more adventures with Panda. Good night, and may tomorrow bring you warmth and joy.